So in this video, we are going to look at AWS Lambda Hello World using Node.js. So I'm inside my AWS management console and I'm at the AWS dashboard, and I will click on the services menu item over here, and inside compute we have Lambda. So we'll click on Lambda. And if you're using Lambda for the first time, you will get this screen. Otherwise, it will show you the Lambda functions that you have created. So I'll click on Get Started Now over here. So once you click on Get Started Now button, you will see the list of available templates. So you can either select one of these available templates, or you can select blank function to start writing a Lambda function from scratch. And for this video, we are going to select blank function. This page shows which event will trigger our Lambda function. In our case, we are not going to select any event from here. In case you want to select an event, you can click on this box and it will show you what can trigger a Lambda function, like a S3 event, an SNS notification, a DynamoDB event, CloudWatch, and other options. But for our Hello World example, we are not going to select any event from this drop down. I'll click on next over here. In the name of the function, we are going to write Hello World, and description hello world of Lambda, and runtime is Node.js. The other runtimes available are Java 8, C#, Python, and Edge Node 4.3, but we are going to select Node.js 4.3 for this video. And here is the inline code editor. So over here we are going to write our Node.js function, our hello world function, and the name of the function is exports.handler, and this is the function, the handler method that will be invoked when we run our Lambda function. And over here you can see the code entry type. It's code edit code inline, so we are going to write our code in this inline editor. The other options are to upload a zip file or upload a file to Amazon S3. So upload your code zip to here or to Amazon S3. So over here, what we are going to do is write console.log and hello event.name. So we are going to pass a event object, and its name will be whatever name you want to display. So it will be hello Arpan or hello Jack. And so this is the event object we are going to pass. Then the other object is the context object. We're going to look at context object in details in forthcoming videos, but to give you a brief idea, context object, you can invoke it when you want to get details about the Lambda environment, like which is the current execution function or how much time is remaining to execute the function, and all those environment related details can be invoked with the context object. And here is the callback. The callback method, you can call this method to return something back to the calling method. So in our case, our callback is null comma hello from Lambda, where null is the exception that we are going to pass to the calling method, and in our case it will be null. We are not going to pass any exception. And the second is hello from Lambda. So this function will return hello from Lambda to the function that's calling this handler. So that's basically a simple function. And over here, instead of index.handler, we are going to write exports.handler, because that's our handler function. Exports.handler, if you look at over here, that's the function handler function we are going to invoke. The role. So over here we are going to mention the IAM role that we are going to use while invoking this Lambda function, because let's say your Lambda function might be invoking or getting objects from S3, so your Lambda function might need permissions to get objects from S3, or your Lambda function might need permissions to restart EC2 instances. So all those kind of IAM roles we are going to specify it over here. And so over here, select create a custom role. So it will open up a new tab, and in the role name it is by default saying Lambda basic execution. And in the policy document, currently what we are going to do is click on edit, click OK over here, and we are going to delete this policy. Currently we are not giving any role to the Lambda function because we don't want to invoke anything external. We are just running a simple hello world function. So we are going to delete this and then click on allow. So we have created a new role called basic execution, Lambda basic execution, and which basically has no permission. Later on we are going to create more roles depending on what we are doing with our Lambda function. And over here the memory is 128 megabytes. So this number you can change depending on how much memory your function needs. So for our basic function we need the minimal amount of memory. And the timeout, every Lambda function has a timeout, and the minimum timeout is 3 seconds. And the maximum timeout is 5 minutes. So I can say 5 minutes over here, and after 5 minutes your Lambda function will terminate. So if you want to do a task greater than 5 minutes, then you might have to break it up in multiple Lambda functions or something like that. The maximum timeout is 5 minutes, and let's revert it back to 3 seconds. And the other important is VPC. Which VPC do you want your Lambda function to run into? And we are going to specify no VPC over here. And on the here we are going to click on next. So this is the review page, and over here I'm just going to click on create function. So this is our Lambda function. It's been created. If you go to functions over here or functions from the dashboard, you'll see we have created our Lambda functions with runtime nodejs. So I'm going to click on this function, click on actions, and then click on test function. So here this is the event object that we are going to pass. And remember the event object that we had discussed. So here is the name, and I'm going to pass name as Arpan, and I don't need these two keys over here, so I'm going to just delete them. And then click on save and test. So here, as you can see over here, the event object we have passed over here, so it will be hello Arpan in the log. So I'm going to scroll down, look at the logs output, and see here we have hello Arpan and the callback hello from Lambda. So we have returned the callback hello from Lambda, and null is basically exception. There was no exception. So we passed on the event object, used the name, and then we logged the name, and then we returned the callback. So that's the basic hello world of Lambda using Node.js. We also created an IAM role with no permissions for our Lambda because we are not invoking anything from our Lambda function. We are just doing basic logging. So this is the basic execution of a Lambda hello world.